But first tonight, it's one of the best-kept secrets of the real estate world. A hidden tax benefit that millions of Australian homeowners simply aren't aware of. And they're missing out on thousands of extra dollars every year.
I can claim $8,300 as a tax deduction every year on this unit. It's just amazing.
$13,000 actually. I was just floored. There's not much more I can say. I was just floored. I'm speechless.
It's a real surprise to most. The hidden cash sitting in investment properties that we don't realise we can claim. 1.5 million Australians now own investment houses or units, but most claim back only a fraction of what they're entitled to in tax.
It will save you thousands of dollars on your tax every year.
We're not just talking about negative gearing deductions on loan interest that your accountant tells you about. It's the huge claims on depreciation of furniture and fittings and construction costs that property investors aren't usually told about.
Over 80% of people simply don't claim depreciation. The average investor, it could be between $4,000 and $11,000 per year in deductions sitting there to be claimed, and they don't claim it.
Scott Brunsden says the depreciator method will maximise your depreciation returns. His Australian Tax Office approved tax depreciation schedule zeroes in on all those deductions you're entitled to over a 20-year period.
All it is compensation for wear and tear. Your property will wear out and you're entitled to depreciate it.
Each year I can depreciate the microwave, the cooktop, the oven, the dishwasher, the intercom, the light fittings, the curtains.
Last year, Julie Deal invested in a 5-year-old unit in this historic old building, which had been refurbished in 1998. She had Depreciator do a 20-year tax depreciation schedule on every item in the unit and common property. She put tenants in and enjoyed a windfall.
Do it. I've done it on my unit and it was worth doing. Well, in the last financial year, I've just had a tax benefit of $8,300.
That's not just depreciation over the life of furniture and fittings. It also covers the building itself, as long as construction started after July the 18th, 1985. The walls, floors, ceilings, plumbing and wiring. Virtually everything can be depreciated at 2.5% a year, even if they were done by a previous owner.
I can claim depreciation on all the common property, the foyer, the lights and sprinkler system here in the garden, and even the pool and the gym. I can even claim a percentage of the cost of this elevator in my depreciation schedule.
I didn't realise that we could claim on the construction costs, things like the building certificate fees, the architect's costs, and the actual builders themselves. We just had no idea.
Jan Speet built this project home as an investment 4 years ago and was told initially by her accountant she'd be able to make a tax claim of around $8,000 a year.
But then when we discovered the depreciator method, $12,900.
Well, in 10 years' time, I want to completely renovate this kitchen and I will be able to write all those costs off.
So, Matthew, what do you estimate the cost of this renovation would have been?
I've calculated it to be about $51,500.
Quantity surveyor and a specialist in the depreciator method, Matthew Saunderson, can accurately estimate the costs of depreciable assets.
Even though these blinds are 20 years old, they still can be depreciated.
Also, all the construction costs in the recent renovation of this 30-year-old investment property.
I've got to calculate the cost of the kitchen cupboards, the kitchen appliances, the kitchen floor, the tiles, the kitchen blinds and the light fittings.
So everything really can be depreciated?
Everything's depreciated each year.
All sounds too good to be true? National Taxation and Accountants Association's Andrew Gardner, an expert in rental property tax, says it is true and vouches for the depreciator method.
Taxpayers would be remiss if they don't make that claim.
But he warns investors, no do-it-yourself jobs, use specialists.
There's no second guesses here. Basically, the tax office will require an accurate estimate, and the best way to get that is to go to a quantity surveyor and then go to your tax agent to make sure that everything that's in the report is in fact a legal and entitled claim.
So now you know. But Scott Brunsden says if you haven't claimed these entitlements for years, It's not too late. And usually you don't need receipts, just expertise.
Commonly, we do tax depreciation schedules going back 4 years, and people claim thousands and thousands of dollars that has been sitting there waiting for them. The ATO will pay them interest on that money they claim.
Helen Welling's reporting, and of course the depreciators do charge a fee for their service, all of which is tax deductible. And for more details on that story, you can go to our website at todaytonight.com.au.